Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. It's the 6th lecture on report writing skills. In the last lecture, dear students, we discussed the different types of headings and the different degrees of headings and what is the proper procedure of writing any heading in any degree. Dear students, today we are going to discuss that how you would be utilizing and using those different types and degrees of headings in a parallel format. What is meant by using the different degrees and types of headings in a parallel format? So dear students, you should be understanding one thing first, that whenever first the rule of the parallel format of the headings is applicable on the first 3 degrees. I repeat, the rule of the parallel format of the headings is applicable on first 3 degrees: first degree, second degree and third degree. As far as the 4th and the 5th degrees of headings are concerned, you can use them in any type. So what is the rule for the parallel format of a heading, for using the headings in a parallel format in a report? Look, if in your report for the first time you have used any heading in the first degree. What is meant by first degree? All letters capital, heading at the center of the page, 3 spaces, 3 line space above it and 2 line space below it. Then for that degree, if you have, for example, first used the topic type, then wherever in that report you will be using the first degree again, you should be using the topic type in that degree. I repeat, for example, you have used the first degree of heading in any part of the report, for example, in the very beginning of the report, for the first time in any part of the report, for example, and then what is the first degree? Degree that is having all the letters capital. It is in the center of the page. It is having 3 line space above it, 2 line space below it, and in that degree you have used the topic type. Then wherever you will be using the first degree again, you will be using the topic type of heading. This is the rule of parallel format of the headings when you are going to use them in your reports. Then if in your report for the first time you have used the second degree at any part, and what is the second degree? A second degree of the report is again located at the center of the page. It is having only the first letters of all the words capital, rest are small, and it is underlined, 2 line space above it, 1 line space below it before the text. Then if you have, for example, used the variant type in second degree for the first time, variant type in the second degree for the first time, then wherever you will be repeating in your report the second degree again, you should be using the variant type heading in second degree. Clear? Then for example, dear students, if you have used in the report for the first time the third degree at any place, what is the third degree of heading? It is towards the left margin of the page, then it is underlined, then it is having only the first letter of all the words of the heading capital, and then if you have used that degree for the first time at any part of the report, and for example in that you have used the complete sentence type of heading, complete sentence type of heading, then wherever you will be repeating the third degree in your report, you will be using the complete sentence type in it. But as far as the fourth and the fifth degrees of headings are concerned, you can use them in any type whenever you want. The rule of the parallel format of the headings should be strictly followed for the first 3 degrees. Let me clarify it with another example. For example, if you have used the first degree for the first time at any part of the report, and in that, what is first degree? I have already explained. Center of the page, all letters capital, not underlined, 3 spaces above it, 2 spaces below it. Then you have used, for example, the imperative type in that degree for the first time. Imperative type, first degree is being used for the first time in the report, and there you selected which type of heading? You selected the imperative type of heading. Then wherever you will be using again the first degree in the report, you will be putting it in imperative type. You should be putting it in imperative type in order to make it parallel. This is the parallel format of headings. Now showing you some examples of the reports in which you will be checking that whether this report is having the parallel format of the headings being used or not. Let us check. Kindly have a look on the screen. This is a report, dear students, a sample report in front of you, and you can see the fake text under the headings K, 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 K. Have a look, dear students. It's a report in front of you. We will be beginning with the first heading used in the report, and we will be checking that whether in the rest of the report the same degree was used in the parallel format or not. Have a look. The word is, the first heading is background. Background. All the letters capital, 3 line space above it, 2 line space below it, not underlined, center of the page. It is the first degree of heading. Now dear students, let us have a look that which type of heading is this. Background, a noun. So whenever you are using a noun in your heading, then you call that heading the topic type heading. So in the first degree, when the first degree over here in this report, as you can see on the screen, was used, the type selected for that first degree was the topic type. Let us see that in the forthcoming part of the report, is this following the proper parallel format of the headings whenever the first degree is being repeated. Let us see, is the first degree repeated in any other part of the report over here. Going down, have a look on the screen. Yes, we are having another first degree being used, as you can see on the screen, that is conclude the discussion. And how do we say this is first degree again? Because it is again having all the letters capital. It is having 3 line space above it and 2 line space below it. It is in the center of the page, not underlined, all the letters capital. So we say that this is again the first degree of heading. Now we have to check that is it being used in the same type as for the first time when the first degree of heading was used in the beginning of the report, the topic type? Is it being repeated in the same type of heading? Is it following the rule of the parallel format of the heading? By rule, it should be the topic type. And is it the topic type? Let us see. Conclude the discussion. Now the word conclude is a verb. The heading is beginning with a verb, a request, an order. Conclude the discussion. This is not the topic type of heading. This is not the topic type of heading, and it should have been the topic type of heading. So that means this report for the first degree of the heading is not following the parallel format of the headings. Either both these headings should be the imperative types, or both these should be the topic types. Okay, before correcting it, let us check the other degrees being used in the report for their parallel format. Okay, yes, we missed one thing, dear students. First degree was used in another part of the report as well, as you can see on the screen. That was the very next heading, and that was again the first degree. What else is in the detail? What else is in the detail? Again, all the letters capital in the center of the page, then 3 line spaces above it, 1 line, 2 line space below it, not underlined. This is the first degree of heading, but the type that it is using is the complete sentence type. What else is in the detail? Whereas, dear students, it should not have used, by the rule of the parallel format of the headings, it should not have used the complete sentence heading over here. It should have used the topic type of heading in order to make it follow the parallel format of headings. Okay, now let us check, dear student, before correcting this degree and making it parallel, let us move to the next degrees of headings being used in the same report, and let us check them first for their parallel format, whether they are having the parallel format or they are not having the parallel format. Here at the third place, dear students, on the screen you can see a heading, find the solution. Find the solution. Let us see which degree is this. Which degree is this? Find the solution. Dear students, it is towards the left margin of the page, as you can see. It is having only the first letter of all the words capital. It is underlined, 1 line space above it and 1 line space below it. Remember one thing, for the third degree you are having 2 options. You can be having 2:1 ratio for the line spacing, 2 line space above it, 1 line space below it, or you can be going for 1 line space above it and 1 line space below it. So it's having 1 line space above it and 1 line space below it, after which the text is beginning. So this is the third degree of heading. Okay, fine. Now let us see what type this third degree is using in this heading. Find the solution. Find the solution, beginning with a verb. And so this is the imperative type, request, in the form of a request and order. So this is the imperative type of heading. Find the solution. Okay, fine. So since, as per the rule of the parallel format of the heading, for the first time this report is using for the first time over here the third degree, or just to put it in some other words, the third degree is being used over here in this part of the report for the first time. So, and it is being used with the imperative type. So as per the rule of the parallel format of the headings, wherever this report will be repeating the third degree, it should be having the imperative type. So let us check, is the third degree in this report again utilizing the imperative type? Just adjacent to it, as you can see on the screen, dear students, again there is a third degree heading, going to new solution, going to new solution. Left, towards the left margin of the page, underlined, first letter of all the words, capital, one line space above it, one line space below it. So it's the third degree of heading. Let us see what type is it using. What type of heading is it using in it? Going to new solution, beginning with a verb using ing. Going to new solution. So by definition, it is not the imperative type. It is the variant type of heading. That means again, the report, even for the third degree, is not following the parallel format of the headings. It should have been the imperative type. It might have been go to new solution. Then it would have got converted to which type? The imperative type. But here it is going to a new solution. Variant type of heading being used. So it's not parallel with the imperative type that was used in the third degree above. Okay, let us see, is the third degree being repeated anywhere else as well in the same report? Yes, dear students, again have a look on the screen. We are having another third degree, and it is management is not easy. Management is not easy. It's towards the left margin of the page. Then having all the first letters of all the words of the heading, capital, underlined, one line space above it, one line space below it. So it's the third degree of heading. Let us see what type of heading is it using. Management is not easy. It's a complete sentence heading, whereas it should have been the imperative type heading. So again over here the parallel format of the heading is being neglected. The headings in the third degree are also not in the parallel format. Okay. So dear students, this was a small sample report which simply showed you that different headings are being used, but they are not. We, I think, witnessed first degree and the third degree over here in this sample report, which did not follow the parallel format of the report. Let us now correct it and have a look how a corrected report with a parallel, the same report in the corrected parallel format would look like. Dear students, kindly have a look on the screen, and as you can see, we are having a heading on the screen, and the word is background. The word is background. Now, just to judge the degree of this heading, let us see which degree is it being used in. All the letters of the heading are capital, and it is in the center of the page, 3 line space above it and 2 line space below it. So the degree that is being used is the first degree, and the type that is being used over here is the topic type, as a noun background is being used in the heading. So it's a topic type of heading being used in the first degree. So by the rule, as per the rule of the parallel format of the headings, wherever in this report again first degree would be repeated, it should be in the topic type. Let us see, is the first degree being repeated in this report again, and if it is being repeated, is it being used in the topic type, and is it following the parallel format of the heading? Dear students, on the screen you can see in front of you next first degree heading. The word is detail. The word is detail. Center of the page, all the letters capital, 3 line space above it, 2 line space below it, not underlined. So it is the first degree of heading and it should be in the topic type. Let us see whether it is the topic type. Yes, it is in the topic type. Detail, the word is a noun. So the topic type heading is being used in the first degree that was repeated for the second time in the same report. Hence we say that yes, up till this point this report is following the parallel format of the heading for the first degree at least. Let us see, is the first degree being used again somewhere else in this report as well? Yes. Dear students, there is a word in front of you again on the screen. You can see the word is conclusion. The heading is conclusion. Now this heading is in the center of the page. It is having all the letters capital, 3 line spaces above it and 2 line spaces below it, and we say it's not underlined, and we say that this is the first degree of heading. Let us see, it should be now in the topic type. Let us see, is it the topic type? Conclusion, the word conclusion is a noun, so thereby we say yes, the topic type of heading is being used again in the first degree, which was used for the third time in the same report. Thereby, for the first degree at least, this report is following the parallel format of the headings. Let us now move to the other degrees of headings being used in the same report and check whether those degrees are following the parallel format of the headings or not. By the way, dear students, this is the corrected form of the previous report that you just witnessed, in which the parallel format of the reports was not being observed, was not being followed. It is the corrected version of the same report, and one by one we are trying to explore how it got corrected. Now we move on to the next degree of heading that is being used in the same report and check whether that degree is following the parallel format of the report or not. Dear students, on the screen you can see a word, a heading that is find the solution. It is underlined. It is towards the left margin of the page. It's having 1 line space, should have 1 line space above it, and 1 line space or 2 or 1 is also suggested. So it is underlined, having the first letter of all the words capital. We call it the third degree of heading. So let us see what type this third degree is using. Find the solution. Find the solution. The word find is a verb requesting you something, giving you some, or ordering you to do something. Find the solution, beginning with a verb in the form of a request. So this heading is the imperative type of heading. Degree is the third degree and the type is the imperative type of heading. So by the rule of the parallelism, wherever the third degree will be repeated in the same report, it should be in the imperative type. So let us check that is this report following the parallel format of the headings for the third degree of headings being used in the report. Again, dear students, in front of you on the screen there is a heading displayed, which is again the third degree of heading. The heading is go to new solution. Go to new solution. Now this is again the third degree of heading, and it is, how do we say this is third degree of heading? Towards the left margin of the page, 1 line space above it, 1 line space below it, first letter of all the words of the heading capital and underlined. So this is the third degree of heading. Let us see whether it is using the imperative type or not, as it should be using the imperative type. Go to new solution. Yes, go, the verb, a request, an order, beginning with a verb. So this is the imperative type of heading being used in the third degree. So up till this point, yes, for the third degree as well, this report is following the parallel format of the headings. Let us see, are there any more third degrees present and are they being used in the parallel fashion? Yes. Dear students, on the screen again you can see one more heading, manage the issue. It is towards the left margin of the page and it is underlined. It is having the first letters of all the words capital, one line space above it, one line space below it, so it's a third degree. Let us see, is it using, as it should use, the imperative type? Is it using the imperative type to follow the parallel format of the heading? The heading is manage the issue. Yes, this is an imperative heading. Manage the issue. Something is being requested. Manage the issue, beginning with a verb in the form of a request or an order. So this is an imperative type heading. That means till this point, for the third degree as well, the report is following the parallel format of headings. That is all. Let us have again a look at this report, beginning with, as you can see on the screen, beginning with the heading background in the first degree and topic type. Then again the first degree heading and the topic type being used, detail. Then the third degree, which is a subheading of detail heading, find the solution, third degree and imperative type. Then again another third degree, go to new solution, again in imperative type. Then another third degree, manage the issue, and again the imperative type, and last the first degree again and in the topic type. So this report, dear students, used 2 degrees of headings. One was the first degree of heading and the other was the third degree of heading. The first was used in the topic type wherever the first degree was used, and the third degree was being used in the imperative type wherever it was being used in the report. So this report was following the parallel format of the headings as it should have observed. In order to make it a bit more clear to you, dear students, we will be opening up with some more examples of the sample reports which we would be checking for their parallel format of headings. So here in front of you, as you can see on the screen, there is a report. Let us see whether this report, for whatever degrees of headings it is using, following the parallel format of headings or not. Dear students, this report starts with the second degree of heading. First, before discussing it in parts, have an overall look on the report on the screen. Have a look. Okay, now to analyze the different parts of the report, the different headings of the report being used in the report for their parallel format, let us start with the first heading that is being used in the report. As you can see on the screen, when did the problem arise? Dear students, this heading is underlined. It is in the center of the page. It is having the first letters of all the words capital and having 2 line spaces above it, 1 line space below it. So this is the second degree of heading. Let us see this second degree is using which type of heading. When did the problem arise? This is a complete sentence, so we call it a complete sentence heading. So the second degree being used for the first time over here in this report has picked up the complete sentence type. So let us see now by rule of the parallel format of the heading, this report should be picking up again the complete sentence type in the rest of the report, wherever it will be coming up again with the second degree of heading. Wherever this report now will again be picking up the second degree, with that degree it should be picking up the complete sentence type heading in order to follow the parallel format of the headings. Let us see whether this report is following this rule for this second degree or not. Just adjacent to it, dear students, you can see on the screen again the second degree. And how you recognize the second degree? Again, center of the page, underlined, first letter of the heading capital, 2 line space above it, 1 line space below it. So this is the second degree. Let us see what type is it using. What type of heading is it using? Detail. The word detail is a noun. So this is the topic type heading now being used over here in this report for the second degree. So it is violating the parallel format of headings. Let us see, are we having any more second degrees there in this report? You will be simply looking at the center of the page for the second degrees, by the way. Yes, over here. As you can see, dear students, on the screen, we find one more second degree in this report, devising solutions. Devising solutions, second degree. Why? Because in the center of the page, underlined, first letter of all the words capital, and 2 line space above it and 1 line space below it. Let us check which type of heading is it using. Devising solutions, a verb with ing, devise, ing, devising solutions. By definition, this is the variant type of heading. Again, this report is violating, dear students, the rule of the parallel format of the headings. It should have used the complete sentence type heading in the second degree, whereas it is using the variant type. So have a look, dear students. For the first time, this report is using complete sentence type in the second degree, then topic type in the second degree, then variant type in the second degree. Either all the second degrees should have been used in this report in variant type, or all the second degrees should have been used in the topic type, or all the second degrees should have been used in the imperative type. But the case over here is quite different. This report is violating the rule of the parallel format of the headings. So for the first degree, we declare that for the second degree, we declare that this report is not following the parallel format of headings. Now let us see, before correcting this report for the second degree parallel format, let us check and analyze whether this report is using any more degrees of headings, and if it is using, then are they being used in the parallel format. And I repeat again, the rule of the parallel format of the headings should be observed for the first, second and the third degrees only. Fourth and fifth degrees can be used in any type you want. So looking for the third degree of heading, as you can see, dear students, on the screen, there is a heading, enjoying health. Enjoying health. It is third degree of heading. Dear students, I repeat, this is the third degree of heading. So why? It is towards the left margin of the page, it is underlined, and it is having the first letter of the words, 2 words, capital. one line space above it, one line space below it. So it is by rule the third degree of heading. So which type of heading is it using? Let us see. Enjoying health, a verb with ing. So this is the variant type of heading. This is the variant type of heading. So by the rule of parallelism, wherever this third degree of heading will be repeated in the report, it should be having which type? It should be having the variant type of heading being used. Let us see whether this report is following the parallel format of the headings for the third degree or not. Whether it is using this variant type for all the third degrees being used in the forthcoming part of the report or not. Dear students, yes, we are having another third degree, as you can see on the screen, strange evolution. So this is the third degree, and as you can see, why it's a third degree, it is towards the left margin of the page. It is underlined, having the first letter of all the words being used, capital, and one line space above it and one line space below it. And which type is it using? Strange evolution. The word evolution is a noun and strange is an adjective modifying this noun. So this heading by definition is a topic type heading. So the third degree in the above part of the report was using the variant type, and at this point the third degree is being used in the topic type. So this is violating the rule of the parallel format of the headings. Then let us see what next. Yes, we are having another third degree, dear students, on the screen, as you can see, and that is the top priorities. The heading is the top priorities, underlined towards the left margin of the page, first letter of all the words, capital, one line space above it, one line space below it. So the third degree, and it is top priorities, the topic type. Whereas for the first time the type which was used was in the third degree was the variant type, and it should have been the variant type over here, but it is having the topic type. So at this point as well, this report is violating the rule of the parallel format of the headings for the third degree. Okay, are we having any more third degrees? Yes, dear students, as you can see on the screen, there is a heading in front of you, that is do the best. Do the best. Third degree. Why it is third degree is quite visible in front of you, left margin, underlined, first letter of all the words, capital, one line space above it, one line space below it, but the type that is being used is the imperative type. Do the best, a request, an order. Do the best, beginning with a verb in the form of a request and order. Do the best. Which type? Imperative type. Whereas it should have been the variant type, because for the first time the third degree was used in the variant type. Either all the third degrees should have been in variant type, all the third degrees should have been in either complete sentence type, either all the third degrees should have been in the topic type, or there are four types of headings which are available. One is the topic type, the second one is the variant type, the third one is the complete sentence type, and then the imperative type. So either the third degrees, all the third degrees should have been in the imperative type, or in the complete sentence type, or in the topic type, or in the variant type. But here a mix of the different types for the third degrees is being used. Let us see what is that mix. First time third degree, variant type. The next time third degree, topic type. The next time again third degree, topic type. The next time third degree, imperative type. Topic, imperative, variant. A mixture of three types in third degree. So this report for the third degree as well is violating the rule of the parallel format of the headings, which is not recommended. Now dear students, since we are checking the report for the parallel format of the headings for only 3 degrees, first, second and third, and over here in this report, as you can see, we are only having two relevant degrees for us that we should be checking for the parallel format of the heading. The other ones are the 4th and the 5th degree. This on yours in front of you on the screen, the word is management, and this is the 4th degree, so we will not be checking this degree for the parallel format. Looking back, 4th degree. Then life with machines is artificial, 4th degree. Then seasons and change is present with the changing globe. This is again the 4th degree. And we are having a 5th degree, this is again the 4th degree, preventing downfall. Commitment needs to be, we are not going to check the 4th and the 5th degree for the parallel format. So only 2 degrees over here were present that we should have checked for the parallel format. That was 2nd and the 3rd degree, and we did check it, and we ended up with the result that this report is not following the rule of the parallel format for those 2 degrees. Which 2 degrees? The 2nd and the 3rd degree that were used in this report, and there was no 1st degree that was used. Let us see how can we correct it. Okay dear students, kindly have a look on the screen. There is a heading displayed in front of you. The same report is being shown to you in the corrected form. Corrected form means in the form which is following the parallel format of the headings for the 2nd and the 3rd degree, since there is no 1st degree being used over here in this report. First heading in front of you is when did the problem arise? Center of the page, underlined, first letters of all the words capital, and 2 line space above it, 1 line space below it, so it's a 2nd degree. What type being used? It is the complete sentence type of heading being used in the 2nd degree of heading for the first time in the report. So the rule is, wherever this report would be repeating the 2nd degree of heading, it should be having the complete sentence type in it. Let us see, is it like this? Dear students, now in front of you there is another heading. Here is the detail. This is the 2nd degree again. It is in the, why do we call it the 2nd degree? Just to make you understand, let me repeat it for you again. Center of the page, the first letter of all the words capital, then 2 line space above it, 1 line space below it, so it's the 2nd degree. Let us see which type is it utilizing. Here is the detail. Dear students, this is complete sentence type heading. So that means 2nd time when this report repeated the 2nd degree, it did follow the rule of the parallel format of the headings, and it did use the parallel type of heading, that was the complete sentence type that was first used in the 2nd degree for the first time in this report. Now let us see that are we having any more 2nd degrees over here, and are they following the parallel format? Yes dear students, we are having one more 2nd degree. These are the solutions. It's a 2nd degree of heading being used, and why do I call it the 2nd degree? Because it is in the center of the page again, just to make you understand, having the first letter of all the words capital. It is underlined, 2 line space above it and 1 line space below it. Then let us see this 2nd degree is using which type of heading. These are the solutions. This is a complete sentence, dear students. This is a complete sentence type of heading. So that means this report, wherever used the 2nd degree, it used it with the complete sentence type of headings. So this report did follow the rule of the parallel format of the headings for at least the second degree. Now let us check whether this report is using the rule of the parallel format for the other degrees that it is using, not for the 4th and the 5th degree, as they are not relevant. We are not going to check them for the parallel format of the headings. Is there any 1st or the 3rd degree? Let us check those degrees for the rule of parallel format of headings. Okay, dear students, have a look on the screen. But before moving on, look, this was the 2nd degree complete sentence type, 2nd degree complete sentence type, and here comes another degree, enjoying health. Enjoying health. Dear students, this heading is 3rd degree of heading. So why do we call it the 3rd degree of heading? It is towards the left margin of the page. It is underlined, having the first letter of all the words capital, 1 line space above it. Should have 1 line space above it. 1 line space above it and 1 line space below it. So we call it the 3rd degree of heading. Let us see what type is it using. It is enjoying health. The heading is enjoying health, a verb with ing being used, and by definition this is the variant type of heading. So for the first time, this report for the 3rd degree is using the variant type of heading. Let us check whenever the 3rd degree is being repeated over here in this report, is it using the same type, the variant type? If yes, then we would be saying that this report is following the parallel format of the headings. Let us check. 3rd degree, yes. In front of you, dear students, on the screen, you are having another 3rd degree, evolving, strange evolution, beginning. This is the 3rd degree. Quality is again the same, left margin of the page, 1 line above it, 1 line below it, first letters of all the words capital underlined, so the 3rd degree. Let us check which type is it. Evolving, strange evolution. The word evolving, a verb, evolve with ing being used, converting it into evolving, strange evolution. So by rule this is the variant type of heading. And let us check, did we use the variant type first in the 3rd degree? Yes, enjoying health was variant type. The 3rd degree, enjoying health. Over here, evolving, strange evolution, 3rd degree, variant type. Are we having any more 3rd degrees in the report? Let us check. Looking, dear students, you can see it on the screen. Looking at the top priorities, 3rd degree. Should I repeat again for you that why we call it 3rd degree? Yes, underlined, left margin of the page, 1 line space above it, 1 line space below it, first letters of all the words capital, so it's a 3rd degree. Which type is it using? Looking at the top priorities. The word look over here is being used as a verb with ing. Looking at the top priorities, by definition, looking at the top priorities is the variant type heading. So yes, till this point, this report for the 3rd degree is following the rule of the parallel format of the headings. Let us see, is this report having any more 3rd degrees to it? Yes, dear students. We are having one more 3rd degree that is displayed in front of you in this report. Doing the best. It's a 3rd degree. And what type is it using? It is using again the variant type, doing, verb with ing. By definition, it is the variant type. So this report, dear students, is following the rule of the parallel format of the headings for the 3rd degree as well. This report was using 2nd, 3rd and 4th degrees of headings, and we were supposed to check 1st, 2nd and the 3rd degrees for the parallel format, and since this report offered only the 2nd and the 3rd degrees, so we checked them for the rule of the parallel format of the headings and found that this report did follow the rule of the parallel format of the headings. Having an overall look again, dear students, have a look. This report using the 2nd degree first in complete sentence type, 2nd degree again in front of you on the screen, 2nd degree again complete sentence type, then over here In the last, second degree again in the complete sentence type. Moving on to third degree. Enjoying health, third degree variant type. Evolving strange evolution in front of you, third degree variant type. Then third degree looking at the top priorities in front of you, third degree variant type. And then doing the best, third degree variant type. So dear students, this report did follow the rule of the parallel format of the headings that is appreciated and recommended for your good reports. Whenever you write reports and you do need headings in your reports in order to make the reading a bit more easier for the reader, then you should be following, you have to use the headings, you should be following the rule of the parallel format of the headings. Whenever you will be using this rule, the reading will become a bit more easier and simple for your reader, and that will be very much beneficial for you as the sender, as the writer of the report, because you are beginning a communication process in which you want the desired feedback out of your report, and that is only possible if your report is easily understandable for your reader. So dear students, thank you so very much, and inshallah I think that the rule of the parallel format of the headings is quite clear to you now, and you can easily now use it in your reports whenever you have to use headings in your reports. In the next lecture we will see you again. Allah Hafiz.